Hello everyone. What's going on? Blitzball Champ is back at you once again with a brand new video here on YouTube. And tonight, I wanted to take time to discuss over some of the highlights and some of the stuff that I checked out while watching this year's E3 2019 coverage. So I just wanted to take time to kind of reflect on what I saw and some of the announcements that they made, and just really what stood out to me, what really caught my attention. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started. Um, Once again, E3 2019 was at the Los Angeles Convention Center, and there were only a couple of press conferences that I actually took time to check out. Of course, the first one was the Microsoft press conference, and there were a couple of things that stood out to me with the Microsoft press conference. One of the big things that really got my attention, and I actually ended up investing in, is the reveal of the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. So, what that pretty much means is you would be able to get Xbox Game Pass console, PC, and Xbox Live Gold. And essentially, it's about $15 a month. Now, what I thought was really cool, being that I currently already have a Xbox Game Pass for consoles, they actually had a deal going on where at the time where you can actually upgrade to Ultimate for for just $1 for this month. So I thought that was really cool. So I went ahead and jumped on that, and I think in the long run it's a good deal, because I mean you're pretty much getting Game Pass on PC, console, and Xbox Live Gold for $15 a month. And honestly, I know I'm so used to paying for live, yearly, but I really feel like with this you get a lot more, because of the fact that you got a lot of games that come out and they're available to play on Game Pass, on Xbox Live Game Pass. So I mean, already, and the thing that's really cool about it is these aren't like demos. These are full games that you can play through the Xbox Live Game Pass. So I mean, I thought it was really cool that they did something like this, and not only that, being that they decided to include Xbox Live Gold with it. You already get the eligible deals for Xbox games for gold and deals for gold. You also get the still get the 20% off if you decide to purchase the game from Xbox Game Pass. And I think they also said 10% off of any add-ons as well, or add-ons DLC. I could be wrong, but I think that was what was said. But honestly, I thought it was a really good deal after really, thinking about it and just looking it over. So I actually invested and took advantage of the upgrade to Ultimate for $1. So kudos to Microsoft on that. Really sold me on that. Of course, they also talked about Project Scarlet, which is their next console, which is to debut holiday of 2020. And they also announced that Halo Infinite will be a launch title for this new console. And, it's really interesting. They say that this is pretty much going to be like 4 or 5 times better than the Xbox One X. But I honestly thought the Xbox One X was really gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? Just from how much they put into this, and then now, because I mean, the Xbox One X hasn't really been out that long, like maybe like a year or so. I mean, it hadn't been out that long. So I don't know. I just think it's really interesting that, you know, this new console is supposed to be like 4 times stronger than the Xbox One X. And it really makes me wonder like what the price point will be. And I don't know. I just have this prediction that it's probably gonna have to end up at least starting at $500. I think if it's 400, I'll be very very shocked. But I just feel like with the power that they're really trying to push with this, and just with a lot of expectation behind that, I'm pretty sure it won't be any lower than $500. But we'll see come holiday 2020. So, and I'm not too surprised that Halo Infinite is a launch title for this. It's funny. One of my coworkers actually called this. He predicted that this would happen, so we were talking about it. Thought it was kind of funny, but I mean, I don't think you could have any better of a launch title for this upcoming console than for it to be a Halo launch title. So it'll be interesting as time passes to see what more information that they'll share on this Project Scarlet console. But thought that was really intriguing, and I figured it was going to happen considering Microsoft is one of the big companies that did their press conference, considering Sony backed out for this year's E3. Couple of other things. I know they showed some Star Wars Jedi: The Fallen Order. Um, I'm really very interested in this game. I just really hope that it won't be as buggy, like for example, Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. Because I mean, just looking at it, it kind of gives me that vibe, So I'm very interested in this game, but I just hope that it won't end up being buggy, and I'm excited about it. I'm definitely excited about it. It looked pretty neat. They also showed, of course, Cyberpunk 2077, and of course they revealed that Keanu Reeves will be a part of this game. So I thought that was really neat, and I feel like this is definitely one of the games that really has gotten a lot of people excited about. And I was hoping to see some gameplay, but fortunately, no gameplay. Pretty cool trailer though. Pretty cool trailer. But and they did have a release date for it, which is April 16th of 2020. But yeah, game I'm definitely interested in, and can't wait to see what else they may show between now and the game's release. But Cyberpunk 2077, definitely interested in. Um, they also showed the new Battletoads. So there's a new Battletoads game on the way, which got me excited. They opened it up. They started off sharing this, playing the original Battletoads pause music, which I thought was really cool. But I gotta be honest with you, the animation, because they did show some gameplay clips, I am not too hyped about the animation for this game and for the characters. I don't know, it just looks weird. For something like Battletoads, it just looks weird. It kind of reminds me of the animation similar to the new Streets of Rage game that's in development, which I don't know. For Battletoads, it just looks weird. It looks really really weird. But I'm hoping the gameplay will kind of make up for it. But I'm not really feeling the animation, the art style for this. Like when I think of Battletoads, it just doesn't look right to me. But I'm willing to give it a fair chance. I mean, I love Battletoads. The original was fun. Battletoads versus Double Dragon was good as well. So I mean, I'll definitely give this game a chance. Um, Couple of other things. Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Beautiful, beautiful, gorgeous looking game. So definitely looking forward to that. That's also a 2020 release. Um, I thought it was really interesting about I was looking at this Elden Ring, and I don't know. I kind of I want to see more of Elden Ring before I really make any sort of decision. But I mean, it looked interesting, but I don't really want to comment on it just yet. I feel like I need to see more in order for me to really, you know, figure out whether I'm interested in Elden Ring or not. So, but yeah, I thought that was really interesting. And of course, they also showed. Well, I'm not too big of a racing fan, but Forza Horizon Lego DLC I thought was pretty interesting. I got a coworker, two coworkers that are really big on racing games, and they love Forza Motorsport 4. So I mean, or Forza Horizon 4. I'm sorry, but yeah, they love that game. They love that whole franchise. So excuse me. So this is something that's really down down their lane. Um, Also showed speaking of Lego, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga, or like yeah, Skywalker Saga, Skywalker Era. So I think it was Saga. But pretty much it's all 9 Star Wars films in the Lego Star Wars universe. Definitely looking forward to that. Totally want that. Um let's see. Of course Gears 5. They showed some Gears 5. Not really any gameplay, just, you know, a lot of trailers and such. But they did announce some of the game types that Gears 5 would have like they're bringing back horde mode. Um, they announced a new one called Escape, which is a 3-player co-op game type. So I definitely always dig co-op gameplay with Gears. You know, I'm a big fan of Gears. Still to this day, Gears of War 2 is my favorite in the series. But you know, the Gears games have been overall great. You know, this franchise has done well, and I definitely look forward to playing Gears 5. And you know, now that I'm subscribed to Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, I'll actually be able to play Gears Ultimate when it releases, because that'll be one of the games on Game Pass. So I'm definitely looking forward to playing that. Um, but the biggest thing that got my attention that I am so excited about is they're bringing Fantasy Star Online 2 finally to the West, and it will be free to play. I'm so looking forward to that. So looking forward to that. I have not played a PSO game since Fantasy Star Online Episode 1 on the Dreamcast and Xbox. Oh, so fun. I never did get a chance to play Fantasy Star Universe, or the actual game. I tried the beta long time ago, but it was really buggy. But definitely am pumped to play some Fantasy Star Online too. So that was really, out of that press conference, that was really the big thing that really caught my attention. So overall, excuse me. Overall, the Microsoft press conference was all right. I mean, it showed some good stuff, but I feel like a lot of the stuff that was announced, a big chunk of it was for 2020 release. And not only that, they really didn't show a lot of gameplay. Didn't show a lot of gameplay. So, yeah. But, you know, I figured Halo was going to be talked about, Gears 5 was going to be talked about, the new console was going to be talked about. So I mean, that pretty much met my expectations, I guess you could say. Excuse me. Another press conference that I checked out was Ubisoft. Ubisoft, actually, me and some coworkers checked out that press conference during lunch, and of course, I thought it was interesting that they started off with a song played from the Assassin's Creed franchise. Apparently, they now have an Assassin's Creed Symphony, which they just released their tour schedule. So yeah, thought that was interesting that they're doing a orchestra tour for Assassin's Creed. So I'm so used to seeing one for Zelda, Final Fantasy. They got one for Kingdom Hearts, and now they got one for Assassin's Creed. So I think that's pretty neat. Of course, one of the big games they announced was Watch Dogs Legion, which, I mean, it looked pretty neat. I haven't played the first two yet. I have the first two, but it's in the backlog. So I can't really say a whole lot about this game, but I mean, it looked pretty neat. I mean, it's what I would kind of imagine for a Watch Dogs game. So I mean, I thought that was pretty interesting, and of course they said a little bit more information about Ghost Recon Breakpoint, which I'm definitely looking forward to checking that out. I mean, they did a good job with Ghost Recon Wildlands. Still to this day, Future Soldier is still one of my favorites. Just the amount of detail that they put into Future Soldier just really makes me, have great expectations for the Ghost Recon franchise, and they've really done well. Another thing that they kind of elaborated on was, so now Uplay has a Uplay Plus subscription, kind of like its own subscription to its Ubisoft game library. Excuse me. I could only really see Ubisoft fans really being the only ones to invest in this. Like, I don't know. I really have no interest in investing in that. Or at least for now. That might change way later, but I just can't see it for myself. But definitely thought it was interesting that they're going that route. And of course they showed some more Division 2. They showed some Division 2 expansions. They showed some For Honor expansions. I'm actually kind of surprised that For Honor is still getting supported. I mean, I don't know. For Honor's been out for a long while now, but I don't know. I guess it's kind of cool to see that they're still getting support. But I mean, there wasn't really much out of the Ubisoft press conference that really just wowed me. I mean, like I said, I was hoping for maybe a Splinter Cell game, but that didn't happen. And I figured there wasn't going to be any like stuff on Assassin's Creed, so I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, to be honest with you. But I got a chance to see it. Um, and then I'll save the best for last, but I'll go ahead and talk about Nintendo. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I saw the Nintendo Direct stream. Showed Luigi's Mansion 3. I thought was pretty neat. There's gonna be a Zelda Breath of the Wild sequel, which that's exciting. Breath of the Wild, was really cool. You know, it sold well. It's argued to be one of the best Zelda games out there. Of course, announced a new Animal Crossing. New Animal Crossing, let's see. Of course, Pokemon Sword and Shield, which I really have no interest in. I'm not really a Pokemon fan. But I just I don't know. There were a few things that caught my attention. They showed some Zelda, Link's Awakening. Definitely interested in that. Looking forward to that. Um, they're bringing some Resident Evil games to the Switch, like Resident Evil 5 and 6. The Resident Evil 1 remake, Resident Evil Zero. Like, I mean, I guess that's cool, but they're bringing The Witcher 3 to the Switch, which I'm sure some folks are definitely excited about that, and it'll be interesting to see how well it plays and runs on the Switch. But let's see, they're doing a Contra anniversary collection. I thought that was cool. They're doing a Mana collection, like what is it, Secret of Mana? A lot, a couple of those different games. But the new Mario and Sonic Olympics, I actually thought that was pretty cool. That's something I could see myself investing in on the Switch. Of course, new Fire Emblem. The three houses. I figured that they would show that, but I have to say, oh, the first Ni no Kuni is coming to the Switch. I thought that was really interesting, even though it will be fully remastered on PS4, but not on Switch, which I thought that was really weird. Why wouldn't they do that for the Switch? But I still think it's cool that they're bringing that game there. I'll probably end up getting it on PS4 though, because I have Ni no Kuni 2 on PS4. So, but I think probably the big disappointment for me with Nintendo was the announcement of the new Smash Ultimate DLC characters. So, Dragon Quest Heroes, not really what I was hoping for. Was kind of a eh. And Banjo Kazooie, which I guess is a little better, but still just I'll give it credit because it's unique. It's a unique pick. But the Dragon Quest Heroes, just no. I wasn't really feeling that one. I wasn't really feeling that one. But Banjo Kazooie, I definitely feel that some folks will appreciate. But I don't know. Some people were hoping maybe they would get Sora. Um, One second. Some people were thinking that they would maybe get Sora, which I thought would have been cool. But yeah, just really underwhelming. And I don't know, just overall, I mean there was a few good things. I thought it was really surprising that they showed a new Panzer Dragoon game. That really was like, wow, they're really bringing some stuff back. No More Heroes 3 looked pretty interesting as well. But when they showed Panzer Dragoon, I was like, dang. I could see a lot of people really appreciate that one. But I mean that's pretty much all that I have to say about Nintendo. But I'm gonna tell you the press conference that I feel won this year's E3, and that is Square Enix. Yes. Um, of course, the big deal that they really that they even opened the conference up with was more Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I have to say was extremely excited with what they showed. I honestly was predicting just another like long new trailer, but they really exceeded my expectations. Not only did they show a new trailer, they showed gameplay. Not only did they show gameplay, they showed the guard Scorpion, or the newly called Scorpion Sentinel. They showed gameplay of that boss fight. So I was really really impressed. They actually took time to explain the gameplay for this, and I just thought that was really really cool. I will do a separate specific video going deeper into my take on the Final Fantasy VII remake uh, that they showed at E3. But I am definitely excited for this game. They showed gameplay of Aerith, a little bit of gameplay of Aerith, but what really got people very excited was they showed Tifa. Not only did they show trailer for Tifa, but they showed gameplay for Tifa. So I really love how well they did with the character design for Tifa in this game. Um, they showed Tifa. They even showed Marlene. So I thought that was really cool. And of course, they showed Sephiroth, which I mean, just that whole trailer was amazing. I've already seen that trailer like a good 7 times now. But what what I think is really interesting though, so the first part of this game, which they did announce the release date of March 3rd, 2020. So this first game will be two discs, and it will all take place in Midgar. So we already know that this is going to be episodic. So apparently, this first game is supposed to cover Midgar. Now, looking at the original game, Midgar you could probably get through in 5 to 7 hours. Maybe less if you're a speedrun freak. But this game is actually supposed to be equivalent to a regular Final Fantasy game, and that's at least expecting a good 60 to 100 hours. So it will be very interesting to see how they how this game will look with this first part. With it all being in Midgar. And it's just I'm excited. I know a lot of people don't like the thought of it being episodic, but you know what? I'm not expecting this game to be anything in full detail to the original. I mean, that's why it's a remake. It's a remake. I expect some things, with the story to stand out. But at the same time, I'm open to, little alterations here or there. I mean, I'm cool with that. I'm always going to love the original no matter what. But this is something I've been really, really looking forward to. But yeah, so that was really the main highlight of this press conference. But they also showed some other things too. Like they're bringing Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles to PS4, to Switch. So I thought that was pretty cool. Definitely we'll get that. Of course, the Marvel's Avengers game as well, which they pretty much saved for last. That really got a lot of people excited, even though in the chat everybody was just complaining and complaining. When are they going to show it? When are they going to show it? When are they going to show it? Have no patience at all. But unfortunately, no gameplay. But at least as more and more of the heroes become available, they'll be available at no extra charge. So I can appreciate that. I think that's really cool. Um, Another big announcement that really shocked the mess out of me because I didn't really see this one coming. So they are remastering Final Fantasy VIII, and I know I have a couple of friends that are definitely interested in a remastered 8. And from the video that they showed, I mean, it looks great. Like, the textures look more crisp. Like, everything just looks a lot better. Especially when you compare the two. So, I'm definitely looking forward to getting back into Final Fantasy VIII. I've always enjoyed Final Fantasy VIII. And growing up, just a lot of... I've heard more people just really bash Final Fantasy VIII more than really like Final Fantasy VIII, which is kind of surprising that they decided to do a remaster for this game in particular. But I'm definitely excited for this. I think this is really cool, and I definitely look forward to getting back into Final Fantasy VIII with this. And it's supposed to come out this year. They didn't have a specific date, but it is supposed to come out this year. Of course, they showed off Dragon Quest XI, game I'm definitely interested in. So, they also showed Dragon Quest Builders 2, but I'm more so interested in Dragon Quest XI. So, thought that was really neat. Definitely looking to invest in that. Of course, they did a trailer for Final Fantasy XIV's newest expansion, Shadowbringers. So, thought that was really neat. I would love to get back into Final Fantasy XIV, but it's hard. It's hard. With such a big backlog of games, it's hard for me to really fully 100% invest in an MMO. For the most part, those were the big highlights for me. But I really, really felt like Square Enix won this press conference. Or won this E3 with their press conference. I mean, they showed a lot. They really just... If anything, Final Fantasy VII Remake just blew everything out of the water, if you ask me. And I'm just really looking forward to see more information get leaked out. And like I said, I'm going to do a separate video for Final Fantasy Remake specifically, really going more deeper into that. But overall, this year's E3, Microsoft was alright. Nintendo was okay. Like I said, Sony didn't have one. Really didn't care about Bethesda. Ubisoft was okay. Didn't really take time to look at EA's. But I mean, I don't know. Like, it's still a goal for me to go to E3. I'm gonna try my best to shoot and plan to go next year, at least while it's still relevant. Which I believe they've announced the dates for E3 2020. I think was I want to say it was June 9th through the 12th or something like that. I could be wrong. But it's still not confirmed if it's going to be at the LA Convention Center. That it might be at a whole different location. I mean, after all, E3 wasn't always in California. I think one year it was in Atlanta or something like that. But But yeah, I mean, you never know. But hopefully, once they get that information, I'm gonna try my best to go next year while it's still relevant and not dead. Because I do feel like eventually E3 will die. I'd say give it a couple of years. You know, whether Sony makes one more big appearance and does a press conference or not, I don't know. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. But final thoughts, Square Enix, that press conference won E3 for me. But anyway, like, subscribe, post a comment. Any corrections, let me know. And but just let me know what you think. What did you see from E3 2019 that you enjoyed, that you really like, look forward to? Tell me stuff that you dislike. Tell me stuff that you think will bomb. But but yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank y'all so much for watching, and do look forward to my video for Final Fantasy VII Remake. All right, Blitzball Champ out. I'll see y'all next time. God bless. Peace.